G'day, you bloody legends. Let's try that Aussie metal guy here with Crank.com. So today, tonight, wherever you are in the world, we've got a bloody another good one for you. Last time I spoke to this man was around March 7th, 2025. The Ossuary Lens was just about to drop. The return story was fresh and there was a lot of anticipation in the air. Now the album has lived and it's been tested on stage. It's been screamed back by crowds all over the world. And Allegaeon are now heading back down under in early March. Week or so now, for Australians to scream along to the latest album as well. Joining me once again, of course, is Ezra. Ezra, brother, it's good to see you, mate.
Always a pleasure, man. I look forward to these.
Yeah, mate, as do I. Last time we spoke, Ossuary was about to land. It's been out in the world for a year now. What has
Yeah.
genuinely surprised you the most about how this record has landed once it stopped being yours and the band's and became everyone else's?
It's I think it went smoother, or like it was more comfortable than I thought it would be. It seemed like kind of, I mean, it's a little silly to say this because it is a part of the shtick. If you're in a band and if you're signed, you release albums and stuff like that. But this has been like, my first album that I've personally been a part of in a minute. So it was surprisingly comfortable. Everything seemed pretty positive from what I could see. The stream numbers looked great. I don't know, man. I thought that I would be like a little bit more taken aback, or like had some pivotal moment happen, but it was just like really comfortable and exciting to release. And it was cool to read all the reviews and see, how people were soaking it in. And I don't know, man. Now in hindsight, like to me, that was like probably one of the funner releases, other than like Elements in my timeline. But I had a lot of fun with it, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's still a ripping album, one that I'm hammering hard. Was there any tracks that after a year of sitting with it kind of blew up and hit, that you didn't expect, or others that kind of took the ground that you weren't expecting as well?
Like when it was in demo format and we were just all demos, prior to any like real tracks being laid down. When we heard the Swarm, we knew that that was like different because it's kind of has, I don't know. When I think of the Swarm, I think of going to like the town fair or like some kind of circus or carnival where there's just clowns and like people having fun and maybe a little chaotic. And it's just got that pokey riff. And I don't know. I knew it was gonna be like something a little different, but the fact that we made it a single was a good move, I think, on our part. And what I realized, and this is very rare, is when you're out on tour, and especially if you're playing newer music, like you release an album, you get out there, you're showing it to the people, uh, you tend to get a little bit more lower energy during those parts because
Yeah.
they're maybe not familiar with it, right? Like it's kind of known in metal that it's about a release ahead of time or behind. You know what I mean? So by the time you're coming out with the new stuff, people are just getting used to your most recent release, and you're always kind of like catching up. And so what I realized with the Swarm situation is as soon as that riff happens, because it's very short and then it just goes into like pretty much chaos, that people knew exactly what was happening or they felt what was happening and immediately erupted. Like there hasn't been a show where the Swarm didn't go off without like a circle pit and just like those true to the form, like fucking people wearing like vests and patches and giant beards and shit. Like it's happening, and it's like I don't know. I'm very proud of how that's turned out. People are catching on to that one.
Yeah, we did cover the big return stuff as well in the last interview we done. If people want to go check that
Yep.
out, a year on since the album has dropped, you've been back in the band for a little while now. What does this version of Ezra and Elysion feel like to you, man? You appreciating it a lot more now and taking it back in a little bit more?
Yeah. I think it's easier to manage. I've been in it again with the guys for a handful of years now, so it's
Yeah,
like the idea has is had time to settle, and now
yeah,
that it's been like public for at least the year. We had the demos, and or not the demos but the EP prior to that, so the idea is not a new idea like you said. So I've settled into that. It's definitely like a part of the repertoire. Like the everything revolves around it. We're back at that again. I enjoy it, man. I really enjoy it. I think what I'm doing is like I'm flexing a lot on the like kind of creative aspects that I can throw out there besides just the writing of music and such. So like uh for instance, our Patreon, that's something we've had forever. And for the longest time, we just had it set as a model where it'd be free. You just just sign up for our Patreon. It was free and you just get like weekly updates and we just keep you in the loop. It was our unofficial like fan club, if you will. And so, if we scored a little money out of it, cool. That definitely kept Allegiant afloat. And mind you, I have researched all of this. Patreon is like literally the reason why Allegiant has stayed afloat for so
Yep.
long. And um, it just makes sense to fortify that and actually bring value to the people that were invested in it. So,
Yeah.
like, here you have a platform with hundreds of people that are already providing money. Let's give them more than just the updates or whatnot. So I what I'm getting at is like I really enjoyed the creativity of developing like these different tiers where like people were excited about it. Now that we soft launched it, so I haven't even like thrown like too many official things out there, but it's all kind of riding around this Australia stuff. And so now you can go to the Patreon and we have multiple tiers where they do bring you value, whether it's like literally a merchandised item like a t-shirt that's annual and exclusive to the Patreon, or it's like we have digital assets, we have tablatures, we have these quarterly hangout sessions. We're trying to build it on the community and like actually have that more personal fan club. And it's just like the perfect platform. We've already been associated with it. So I don't know, man. It's like all the things outside of the touring, outside of the writing, the music, I'm starting to have fun with to fortify it essentially. But I wasn't really able to do that. I wasn't in the mind state to do that in my previous tenure. So having to flex on that now, being back in the band for a little bit and diving into the more like deeper mechanics and trying to like be a part of that, like Kiss.
Yeah.
Okay, how many fucking pieces of merchandise does that band have? That is an empire. There's a reason. That is a legitimate business. That's a thing. And that shit it didn't just pop up. Like people wanted to be a part of it and they worked hard to develop that. So never in a million years would we be next to Kiss, but it's a great model to like style our band off of, to try to develop that like more in kind of like day-to-day home name rather than just like that unique death metal band that plays a shitload of notes. You know what I mean?
Oh, fuck yeah. And those Patreon platforms are really important for the scene because I know a lot of metalheads, we want to be invested with the band, you know? Our generation would go buy the album, would catch the albums, buy the merch, and we'd be invested with it. It's a different generation now, and there's this actual need where people are actually starting to take notice of these platforms where Spotify's like great to get the streams, but it's really just feeding off the fucking backs of the fucking artists and the music industry and making money off them. Whereas platforms like Patreon, bands like yourself can connect directly to the audiences and the fans and be a part of something, you know, you all kind of be something the fans use and kind of push them towards something as well.
Well, we got to be real. Like
Yeah.
in this age, it's so. This is the way I look at it, and just like from what I can tell, I'm no professional, but I'm a professional.
Yeah.
With where we're at and with what we've released, with what our numbers look like, if this was traditional, we would be doing pretty fucking well.
Yep.
But it's the way it is now, and you got to try to keep that solution based thinking, but it's a little it's a little hard. Um, it's we have to rely on like these alternative things,
Yeah.
man. It's not just a traveling merch store. It's like really building relationships with these people, being a part of the Discord, the socials and stuff like that, because that era, unless like you're kind of this mega pop star or like really popular country rap type thing, it's really not as easy. And I think like the best thing we have is bands like I'll say like Sleep Token,
Yeah.
those bands can go out there. They have a great thing going for them where they're this theatrical performance, and it's almost like it builds to have that distance
Yep.
from the patron to the artist. Whereas in, us, we have to be in the trenches and do the work in order to essentially make a living that is, it's not extravagant by any means, man. Like we're out here renting houses trying to figure out our next steps, when maybe if it was 20, 30 years ago, we'd be in a different scenario. But
Yeah,
that's
20, 30
that's
years ago, you just have to concentrate on being a musician. Now you're a musician, you're a social media fucking manager, you're a t-shirt salesman, and
yeah,
you got to wear
yeah.
all these fucking different hats. It's not like you can just go out and go make music and move on to the next as well. You drop an album, you spend like it gets on my goat sometimes because musicians work fucking hard. We spend, you spend so many fucking hours learning your trade. It brings so much joy to this world. Light musician, music, and arts. It should be getting paid on the same level as a fucking plumber. You know what I mean?
At least
A
like, or
bar
something
worker,
like,
someone who's out fucking working a 9 to 5 because you are working and like. There's so many different things. You take out art out of the fucking world. Imagine what a bland world it would fucking be.
and I agree with that. And it's kind of hard to say because like I feel like a perspective for a lot of folks is like, you're a fucking musician, you don't do shit, what do you deserve? But it's also at the time, like I've been in the trenches with those musicians, and it's like, this shit is hard, man. You are driving like 8, 12, 14, 16 hours to that next gig, sometimes flying some whatever the shit. The logistics is a nightmare. The fucking ins and outs of just merchandising, and then you have everything against you. You show up to the venue, you got to deal with that scenario, that new scenario every single time.
Yep.
It's exhausting, bro. Like it is
Yeah.
so exhausting to be in a band, but it's that higher risk, higher reward situation, man. It's like we all do it for our own reasons, but we all like what we get out of it, bro. It's the attention, it's the art being out there, it's the fucking shaking the hands, and all of it. And I mean, it's a honest and cool and very worthwhile trade, I think, especially since we don't know as soon as those lights turn out,
Yeah.
what happens. So like I am using my life to the most I can.
Well,
And
the connection and the fans as well. It's also great to get paid, but having those fans come up and go, man, that track saved my life. That album, fucking listening to you. And that's what I mean. Coming back to artists and music, giving so much back to people. I sat in a young room with a lot of shit going on as a young man as well, and music was my
yeah,
go-to, my therapist. If I didn't have that, fuck knows where I'd be today. And you know,
and it's very easy to lose track of that, bro, because we're all living in our own separate universes, man. I can't
yeah.
see past my nose. Nobody else can see past their fucking nose, but every once in a while I'll get that like message from the dude in Egypt that's parents just died and is like, bro, your songs are sick and they're helping me out. And you're like, it doesn't even seem real,
Yeah. Yeah, it
It's
kind of brings it
crazy.
back to home why we're fucking doing this as well. Now, I guess
Yeah.
get the fun part when you guys are building your set list, you got to get in a bunch of tracks like Swarm, as we mentioned from Ossuary, but like it must be tough kind of to build a little bit of a set list. What are we going to be focusing on this time without giving too much away?
Oh man, I'll spill it. So we got to focus a little bit on the ossuary because that's a big focal point right now. But
Yeah,
we're leaning hard into Proponent of Sentience, that album.
yeah.
It's the 10-year anniversary of that album, and it's a very interesting album because that was like what's amazing about this. What's great about this is the album that I got removed from the band as I was writing lyrics for it.
Yeah.
So like diving into it and like figuring out the cadences and like the context and stuff. Granted, it's years later, and why haven't I done my homework already? But I kind of have, and it's really fucking cool, man. It's
Yeah.
cool. It's interesting to hear that a lot of the cadences that I would have used are they did make it. Not everyone, but it's interesting to see how it developed, and it's kind of cool to pick up from where I left off there and like grab that torch and run with it. I think we have something special for Australia, just like specifically. So it's rare that we come out. This is the second time we've ever come out. This will be the first time I've ever come out.
Oh, no
And
shit.
so, yeah, I've never been to Australia, bro.
Oh,
I'm
dude. Fuck, man.
and that's like a big like thing on my mind right now is here I am is like right before I'm talking to you, I'm studying lyrics and I got my little to-do list of like passport, deodorant, phone charger and shit. And this is the pivotal moment for every tour that my anxiousness shoots through the roof and I'm like, oh, damn, this is like I'm leaving in less than 48 hours, bro. Like
Yeah,
I'm on my
dude.
way to LA. Yeah, and then I'm gonna be on a plane for a fucking day, which
It's
is
a long
crazy.
fucking flight. Where are you, there must be so many things you want to do over here. I know your mate bookings. I have to mention them as well. I'm pretty sure it's Anthony there. He's going to look after you guys. Fuck, is there anything
Good.
like you've got on your bucket list that you really want to fucking do over here in Australia?
Um, I just want to soak in like more of the beach. I just want to sit on a beach and like do that thing. I don't want to do the koala thing. I don't want to do like the outback shit. Like I just want to like soak in that part
Yep.
and like kind of treat it as like a traditional vacation because I just every tour I go on, it's just work, 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 work. And this is going to be work, but it's of a different nature. We're not driving a, or we're not on tour bus or RVs or vans or
Yeah.
whatever. We're at the shows and we have to go straight to the airport and go to the next place. And then at the show, straight to the airport. So it's a lot of not so traditional
Yeah.
travel. And I need to take advantage of like the more coastal thing. It's like summer there, right?
Yeah, yeah, dude. It's summer at the moment, man. And New Zealand's starting. I think March 4th. Oh, here we go. I got my dates right here. March 4th, Perth. Bloody beautiful beaches in Perth. Adelaide's got some nice fucking beaches as well. Brisbane, Sydney, even Melbourne's nice to go down and fucking check out the beaches there, dude. So all of those, you're gonna be able to check out some highlights. I'm in Adelaide, so you got to go for a walk down Rundle Mall and check out.
Okay.
They've got two big fucking metal balls. Just two big
Okay.
steel balls in Rundle Mall. Like they're fucking huge, dude. Hey, you'll be like, I've seen the steel balls of Adelaide, man, and they're just
Brother,
sitting in the middle of Rundle Mall. It's just
you
weird.
had me at metal balls.
Yeah, it's probably about 10 minutes from your venue as well. You'll be able to go for a wander down there. You got to get a meat pie and a nice coffee while you're down here. I'll hook you up with a Villie's meat pie as well, dude. Not a
Oh, dude,
fucking
I am
problem as
in.
well, Ezra. Look, mate, I can't
Yes.
wait to catch you, dude. I'm going to be there at fucking March 5th, Adelaide at the Ed Castle. Camera in hand, man. I can't wait to catch you. Everybody else watching this, you've heard it. Allegaeon are bringing the Ossuary Lens down under. And if you know anything about these guys live, you know this is not a band you need to sit back at the room for. You need to be at front, swinging your fucking heads, get your tickets, support live music, support heavy music. Big shout out to your mate for bringing you guys over. Last words, shout outs, thank yous are all on you, my friend.
Hey, thanks a lot, man. I'm looking forward to just stepping foot on soil down there. It's this is my first time. So I'm just so excited and I hope to meet everybody down there, man. I really am.
Damn straight, everybody get along. Let's sell this fucker out. Cheers, mate.